Hey, come on in. If you're new here, I'm Marissa, and today I'm going to be making some of my most favorite DIY recipes. We're going to be making an amazing thing for skin. We're also going to be making probably my #1 most used natural home recipe. But before we jump into those, I wanted to share something really new and exciting with you. I have been working on this for a while, so my DIY natural living recipes book has been available as an ebook for several years now, but I finally just created a printed copy. I was able to get this published and I'm so excited about it. So instead of having to go chase down your favorite recipes online, on your computer, on your phone, wherever you may have saved them, you can now have them all in one beautiful printed book. So this is a gorgeous full color recipe book. I have table of contents with everything that it includes. There's several main sections. We have chapter 1 that's natural body recipes. We have a section on natural hair care recipes, and then one on natural mom and baby recipes, one on natural remedy recipes, and then one on natural home recipes. And in the beginning, I share some of my background and story of why I got started in this. All the pages are full color, have all of the instructions and ingredient measurements, beautiful photography. So it's all here in one spot for you to grab. So this is newly available now. There is a link down in the description where you can grab your very own copy, and I am just so excited to finally have this available for you guys. So the first recipe that we're going to be making today is my hands down favorite DIY skincare recipe, and that is tallow balm. I have a couple finished versions here for you. This is actually an herb infused one. I shared a recent video all about how to do this, how to make the herb infusion for that. Beautiful for so many things. And then this one is also another new favorite. This is some tallow balm with blue tansy essential oil, wonderful anti-inflammatory properties there. So I'm just going to be showing you my basic tallow balm recipe today. This is a great thing if you want the perfect handmade gift for someone. So let's get started. So I have a double boiler here, and I'm just going to start, I put some water in the bottom, and I'm just going to start this simmering on the stove while I gather my other ingredients. To make tallow balm, you will need 2 main ingredients. So you're going to need tallow, preferably from grass-fed cows. That gives you the best nutrients. The nicest type of tallow to use for tallow balm is tallow from leaf fat. That's the hard, smooth tallow that comes from around the internal organs of the animal. You can make tallow balm with trim fat as well, but that tends to be softer. It can have a gritty texture, although I do have a workaround trick for that. It tends to have more of a beefy smell, all those kinds of things. So if you can get it, leaf fat is the nicest, but you can use trim fat as well. If you are using soft trim fat, you may not need our second ingredient, which is a liquid oil. I usually use olive oil, organic extra virgin olive oil, but you can use jojoba oil, you can use any type of liquid skin-friendly oil. Some people use castor oil, some people use grapeseed oil, apricot kernel seed oil, all those different kinds of things. Apricot kernel oil, I don't remember, but generally jojoba and olive oil are my favorites. Oh, there's other ones, very sun-friendly oils, like red raspberry seed oil, carrot seed oil. Those really have great anti-aging properties as well. So those are just some possibilities, but we're just going to be using extra virgin olive oil. So first I'm going to be measuring what is going to be about 1 cup of tallow. Okay. So with soft trim fat tallow, you may not need to add a liquid oil because your tallow might be soft enough already to easily be spreadable into a nice balm. But if you're using nice hard tallow from leaf fat, you will need to add some liquid oil just to make it have that soft spreadable balm consistency. And I am kind of eyeballing here. I'm going to try to smash that down in here as much as I can, but it's not an exact science. We're just going for roughly 1 cup here. And then this is just going into the top of our double boiler over here. I'm bringing the water that's down below up to a simmer so that it can melt this for me. And then what I'm going to do while I'm waiting for that tallow to melt is measure out 1/4 of a cup of my liquid oil, which is olive oil in this case. These really are not visible anymore. I've had these for a while and I'm trying to read the 1/4 measuring line and I am really not seeing it. I think I see it. Meanwhile, I'm also getting out my other supplies that I'm going to need. So I have a glass bowl here that I'm going to put my mixture in, and then my hand mixer. I'm going to be making whipped tallow balm. It's my absolute favorite. It's the nicest to use. It's light and fluffy. It works into your skin nicer when it's in that light fluffy texture. It's just a dream to use. So you can make solid tallow balm where you skip the whipping step and you just pour it into your container and let it solidify, but I do love the whipped version. And that's what both of these are too, is whipped. Here it is, simmering nicely, partway melted. It's almost there. All right, we are all melted and good to go. Okay, now that our tallow is completely melted, it is time to combine our 2 ingredients. Careful to not get any water into here. Just in case there was any condensation on the bottom. And then we're going to add our olive oil. And then I'm going to stir just a little bit to make sure that those 2 are very nicely combined. By the way, if you need to know how to render your own tallow, I have video tutorials that walk you through that, as well as a very in-depth written blog post on my website, bumblebeeapothecary.com. So you can see exactly how to render your own tallow, so you can make balm and soaps and so many different great things. So then the next step is to go ahead and let this solidify. You can just let it solidify at room temperature if you want to, but I'm gonna actually stick it in the refrigerator to speed up that process. One trick is if you are using soft trim fat tallow and you're getting a gritty texture when it cools, that just means you're using soft trim fat tallow and it tends to have its molecules separate into clumps while it cools slowly. So to prevent that, if you're using that type of tallow that wants to give you that gritty texture because it's from soft trim fat, then make it solidify quickly in your freezer and then bring it out and whip it once it's room temperature. When you make it freeze very quickly like that, then it won't do that clumping together with the molecules and get that gritty texture. So there's a trick for you if you are running into that. I'm just gonna go ahead and stick this in so it can solidify. While that is in there solidifying, we're going to jump into our next recipe, which is my other very, very favorite, one of my most used DIY home recipes, and that is my multi-purpose spray cleaner. This works as a surface cleaner, as a disinfectant, as a glass cleaner, anything. It's really great. So I'm just going to show you how easy it is to put this together. So I have my spray bottles. You can find these on Amazon. I'll put links down below to the ones that I have so you can find them. I like to start off with my essential oils. I'm going to be using tea tree and lemon. I like these because tea tree has really wonderful antiseptic properties, and then lemon has really great cleansing properties. It's really good for loosening gunk and helping you clean very well. So honestly, I usually just eyeball these but I do like 15 to 20 of each one. And I like to do these in a batch, so I'll do all 3 of my spray bottles all at one time here. I have one that goes under my kitchen sink and then one in each bathroom. That way they're handy. You can easily grab them whenever you need to clean something up. But I'll always do just a big batch of these, just get them all done at once. That way I'm set for a little while. Here we go. Okay, next I add my cleaning vinegar, and you'll have to excuse the way that the outside of these bottles look. They were stored in the garage for a while and got kind of dirty. But it's just white cleaning vinegar. See, that one's about gone anyway. But see what I'm saying? This is ugly. But I fill the bottle up halfway with white vinegar. And then halfway with water. So half vinegar, half water. Whoa, this one's creating quite the seal here. The other bottles didn't do that. And I do like to try to be really careful to not let these overflow, because those essential oils like to sit at the top. And so if you do, then that's going to be the thing that you lose. And I always like to leave a little bit of room to leave space for the straw of the sprayer top to go into, so that I don't have any overflow. There we go. All right, and that is all there is to it. You just add your spray tops, and then you shake a little bit before you use it, just to combine everything, and it's ready to use. You can use a variety of essential oils with this spray recipe too. You can do like a thieves blend with clove and lemon and different things like that. That can be really great too. But tea tree and lemon are usually what I'll stick with. Okay, we are ready to go on to our next step. This is nicely solidified, and it's not too hard. Just solidified. You don't want it like frozen solid. If you did use the freezer, you want it soft enough to be able to whip. So I'll start at a slower temperature and then I'll start at a slower mixer speed and then gradually go up. It's good to stop and scrape down the edges partway through, just to make sure that you get all the pieces and that it can be nice and smooth. And then you can leave the Tallow Balm completely plain and not add anything else, which is what I like to do when I'm using it for babies or anybody with super sensitive skin. But today I am actually going to add a couple essential oils. So I'm going to do lavender, just because it has amazing skin benefits and it smells really nice. So let me think. I'm going to add 2 different ones here. Talk about the second one in a second. And then for a 2% dilution of essential oils, which is what I like to use for general skincare use for adults, is a 2% dilution. So that would be 48 drops per cup. So I'm going to do 24 of each one. So 24 of lavender. And then the other one that I'm using is Blue Tansy. So I love this one. It gives a beautiful blue color. It has amazing skin benefits, very anti-inflammatory and calming and soothing. And it smells also very nice too. So I'm going to do 24 drops of that one as well. And then really good to just go ahead and scrape down those sides again. That does smell really good. Those two together are a beautiful combination. So good, and they're going to be really nice on skin. So next we need to put this into a jar. I really love these little 8-ounce mason jars with the wide mouth in this shape. I just think they're really cute and fun. So I'm going to be using that. Try to get that to sit down in there. There we go. Perfect swoop. Rub the extra into my hands. It's so beautiful. Smells really good. Love it. So there's a link to the full written recipe down in the description as well. So as a busy mom myself, I definitely consider these two recipes busy natural mom essentials for a few different reasons. So for the Tallow Balm, it is such an amazing multi-purpose skin remedy that you can have on hand for so many different things. It's great for just your face moisturizer, for a general full body moisturizer. It's amazing for cracked hands or if you get cracked heels or feet. It's really great for soothing itchy skin. We use the plain version for diaper rash. Really anything that comes up, Tallow Balm is incredible for. So definitely a must-have for busy natural moms if you ask me. And then my spray cleaner recipe is another one. Like, this is so easy to make. You just keep a couple ingredients on hand. You buy your big jug of vinegar, it's so cheap. And then a couple bottles of essential oils, those last you forever. This costs pennies to make and it's so effective. You don't have to worry about using something toxic in your house. It's gonna have chemicals that are gonna make you sick and you know, stuff that you don't want around. Just super easy, natural, safe, and it works really, really well and it saves you a ton of money. Speaking of saving money, making your own Tallow Balm is such a great way to do that too. Especially if you get the raw beef fat, render that into tallow and make Tallow Balm. You can have big batches of this that'll last you a year or more. You'll have extras to be able to give away as gifts. It's really great. So those two things definitely are the top of my list, natural mom DIY essentials. And then also don't forget, for over 50 DIY recipes using tallow and lots of other great things, make sure to grab your copy of my Natural Living Recipes book, the printed version. Again, there's the link in the description box down below for you to grab that. And yeah, I'm so excited to be offering this and have it available now. Thank you so much for coming along to see two of my most favorite natural mom DIY essential recipes. Hope that you enjoyed that. Let me know, what are your favorite recipes? Are these at the top of your list too, or do you like something else? What's at the top of your DIY list? Let me know. Check out the description box again for a link to my Natural Living Recipes book, as well as the ingredients and supplies that you need to make these yourself. I also have the written recipes on my website, so you can find that easily. But anyway, thank you so much for coming along, and I hope you enjoyed this. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.